But I think we can do a Hell Rush to finish off the day. Purifying Cleanse, Immortal Trade, Resin Removal, so we are playing Remnant Umbra against Consume Seraph. These are interesting cards to start out with. A lot of defensive cards. Immortal Trade and Resin Removal at least is an interesting combo. Combustible Wax. I can see that. And then we want Burnout Flicker, that makes perfect sense. With 6 burnouts and the 2 heals, that should be an easy win for the first few fights. I should have purged the spikes, but doesn't really matter. Not like we really need the Ember anyways, might as well put on some Ember Drain. Overkill. Draft! Burnout 4. Yeah. Seems okay. Making of a morsel, engine upgrade, Prismal Dust. Now what is our game plan? We could of course try for something like Ember Drain build with Rector Flicker, maybe reform Draft, maybe use some of these things on Draft. I don't think morsel, making of a morsel is ever gonna be... No, we might have a use for it. Even if it's just for a single one, and then possibly getting some reform action on it. Yeah, engine upgrade wouldn't have been terrible, but currently we don't really need the extra Ember. Spell upgrades, making of a morsel, immortal trade would be interesting. Unit upgrades, draft definitely. Yeah, let's go for the unit upgrades. Thinking about the late game is important, but in Hell Rush especially the early game is also somewhat important because the point, not only the points, but also people, yeah, well, dying can be a problem. Sometimes you don't even get to the end game. We do have multi-strike here. Paraffin Thug with multi-strike would be interesting. That is true, yeah. And but the making of a morsel could also prove useful later on. Paraffin Thug is a nice way to scale on damage. To scale, get going with his multi-strike. It's hard to feel morsels to draft. That's correct. That is indeed quite hard. Mark of Invasion. But we can also feed these morsels to Rector Flicker, maybe reform them. Something like that. You definitely go top, and we need something to protect you. Drag is not enough, so it has to be Rector. And that's a lot of gold generated. Also, let's make sure you don't die to burnout ever. And this drag, might as well throw him away. Too bad I can't get to the collector, but we are generating more gold than our collectors, than the collect. We're generating more gold on our top floor with the paraffin tap than the collector's wealth. Anyways. Let's start from light steel on our reactor. These guys do not have any buffs. We will only get a top floor kill here, and this guy will even kill our Thug. But we did generate a ton of gold, so I don't mind. We got a lot of power out of this. Dripfall? Ah, that seems appealing. Space Prism, Perils of Production. These are both quite interesting. Perils of Production, the Rage is of course nice on the draft, but more than that, I'm looking at the energy generation it could provide. I think it's Space Prism. I think we want the extra capacity. And I think we are still looking for... what are we looking for? Most Umbra artifacts wouldn't be that great, so probably get better to go for a Spell Merchant. Double stack, 10 burnout, I don't think that's needed. 4 Ember Drain, 6 lifesteal. I don't think that's needed as much either. But I do like it. And let's do a reroll. Consume removal on the Space Prism, not really. Let's cost reuse resin removal so we can use it to remove a burnout no matter when we draw it. Copy. I think we only copy once and we copy Paraffin Thug. So we can have a floor of double Paraffin Thug plus Rector and get a bunch of gold. It is some score as well, yeah. If you have 2500 gold, that's worth 2 turns of boss rush on Seraph, at least. Yeah, right, I didn't manage to get Space Prism out yet, so... There's not really many cards we need to play, so might as well Ember Drain a little bit here. We do have the chance to remove the Ember Drain, which is nice. Might as well descend the draft, get some extra damage in on Daedalus for now. He's gonna burn out soon enough anyways. Next turn I might wanna start playing spells again, so... Don't wanna Immortal trade here. Space Prism, okay. I could immortal trade now. The only thing I really want to be able to play is the paraffin tap. We didn't even get a kill with our thugs. That's sad. Wax and Spike, Formless Child, Blazing Bolts. Blazing Bolts might be helpful, but they would require a bunch of upgrades first. Not that into it. It would be nice. Let's skip for now. Lady of the Reformed, Alloy Construct, Crucible Worn. Alloy Construct isn't bad, gives us something to do with our morsels, but the morsels aren't really that important. I will skip. I guess we go for draw here. Unit upgrades. We still have the drag that is an upgrader, but he's not really that important to our deck. But I think it's better to go for to get the free removals. Anyways. Train Steward, probably Shade Splitter first. Shade Splitter are like the worst cards in our deck right now. Large Stone, not really what I want on draft, to be entirely honest. I don't think it's worth sinking too much gold into this draft, so I'll just go with basic upgrades here. And I guess I will purge the final Shade Splitter. Definitely want this increased attack, so we can still kill frontline units more easily. This is not the sweep boss, it's the resolve game power boss. So we are actually okay. I do want to be able to play my second Paraffin Thug next turn, so I don't want to immortal trade here. I shouldn't have played draft there, I should have played it on the top floor. Turns out to be fine there. We lack a little bit of damage right now. You know what? Call in the draft. This is working out pretty well. And next turn is boss fight anyway, so let's go Ember Drain. And we did get the 20 gold from the boss. So that's nice. Intent on death, engulfed in smoke, formless child. Huh. I mean, formless child isn't terrible, but it's a bit... it's a lot of setup to get it to work. Let's skip. Cave in, grovel, amber cache. And none of these really excite me. We do fight consume Seraph though. So I will take an amber cache just for the Seraph fight. Makes dealing with the consume a little bit easier. Free relic, free removals. Yes, I would like that. Yeah. Spell upgrade. Might not be that important, but we'll see. Cave in for an early boss kill. Yeah, but I do have Dripfall serving a very similar purpose. Currently we still lack a little bit of power to kill Gilded Wings, things like that. We need to find something that helps us with that. When a friendly unit dies, we don't kill off very many friendly units. The energy cost reduction for playing units doesn't do much though, and yeah, might as well. Hold over the Dripfall. I like that. Cost reduce, the making of a morsel might as well. Let's do a reroll. Double stack the other immortal trait. I actually like having one of the immortal traits be a bit more usable, but then on the other hand all of our cards cost 0 right now except for the units, so... We are in the lead right now, so if we just play a consistent game, we should be fine. I wonder whether or not it's actually worth it to kill these sycophants. It's a lot of gold at least. Here's what we'll do. We'll set up these units on the second floor, kill most of the sycophants off, and have these units on the top floor kill all these sycophants off. So we do take no damage most likely and still get a kill on the middle floor, maybe on the bottom floor with the good use of not cave-in Dripfall. But we do need some extra damage here. We do need it right now. We will not get the collector kill sadly, because of this sycophant in the front. Now we don't need both paraffin thugs, so we could start migrating paraffin thugs to the bottom floor, but then Rector of Liquor won't be in front. If we descend Rector of Liquor and play something like a Train Steward to tank here, how much damage would that be? 90 against him. Yeah, we miss one Slay that way, but we can start migrating to the bottom floor. And that's worth a lot, I think. Actually, we missed the Slay on the Marksman because the overcharged tank gains additional armor. I forgot about that, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We can easily catch him on the next floor. But now we can't actually descend our units because of this guy. So that probably wasn't the best move. Should have waited with descending. Yeah, in fact we even lose one of our paraffin thugs now, for sure. That was bad. Wrong order. Out of time as well. I hope our Rector is strong enough to win against the boss, but it seems like he would. Yeah, with the lifesteal especially. That put me in a bad spot. I should have just been content with my kill on the middle floor instead of trying so hard for a bottom floor kill. And I probably should have picked Shroud Spike. Relics is our best way to scale. It's now pretty close with score. Units gain an extra upgrade slot, can we use that? Next floor, yeah. In the final floor, I think I want that. We need some more power. Mind checks is pretty appealing. Is it? I want to set up on the bottom floor. And we start removing the final train stewards. I was thinking about starting to remove drags, but we still have the train stewards. Who wanna leave first? That's 2 kills already. The final one of these guys. I should have played the Dripfall. I should probably have played the Dripfall. But I think it's okay. The top floor should catch that guy. We need a unit to stop this guy on the top. We don't really need more Immortal Trade. Our Flicker has enough power right now. I might as well play them. Yeah, we don't even need to descend or do anything, you know. Devourer of Death. No, we don't need that. Yeah. Plus 20 gold on the boss is always nice. Blazing Bolts. Probably not a great idea. Skipped it before. I think I should skip it again. I think capacity might... Yeah, we do have Dripfall. It's not needed. I think it's draw again. We do not really have much to play besides our units, so... Maybe it should have been capacity for the making of a morsel, but let's go to the left, start purging these tracks. Actually, I don't want to purge another drag, to be honest. I actually don't want to purge anything from this deck right now. I think I want the Fate Prism to not consume for now. And I do wanna keep this holdover at a reasonable reform at a reasonable cost. Holdover is no longer necessary because our deck is so thin. That's a nice way to scale our damage up quite a bit. Will cost us some slays on the backliners, but that's not really what I care about anymore. I care about damage now. Enough damage to kill some of these tankier units. And there will be a bunch of tanky units here. And these guys have sweep. I don't appreciate that. I don't think I can set up on the bottom floor with my units that are vulnerable to sweep. I will disarm my units eventually. If there's if they have, after they've eaten some morsel minor, so they are not as vulnerable to sweep anymore. Or at least one of them. I will feed one of them. Nothing to reform, not really anything to dripfall. I will play the dripfall on though, just so I can hold it over a bit longer. This guy's a bit of a problem. Honestly, that's not even a big deal. These guys have sweep, but they also have very low attack, so... If we just distribute some immortal traits to our backline unit, we should be fine. I should have played the immortal trait first, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. This will cost me a slay. Let's use it on this guy instead. I don't wanna lose a slay there. And we will get the Ember Drained Heart anyway. We managed to further our lead a little bit. Just a tiny bit for now. I don't think we need any of these. Maybe the Fatal Melting. Probably not. Umbra Stone. Yeah, I might be interested in an Umbra Stone, actually. To upgrade our champ with Trample, potentially. And now we do have the Pyrestone housing, so we can get some additional upgrades on these Paraffin Thugs, and I really want these. They need a little bit more attack to deal with things like double Gilded Wing. And we are still a little bit ahead on score, just 740 points. But 740 points means he has to kill Seraph a turn faster than us. Not on the thugs, but on the draft maybe. I want 3 upgrades on them. Yeah, large stone would be good. Frenzy stone even better. And finally an attack buff for this guy. And I will keep my remaining gold. And I will dupe the Dripfall. Maybe the one Horn's Tome instead. No. No, we can play consistently enough, I think. Ember Cache. Ember Cache doesn't hurt. We do want some consuming going on. None of these. Hell's Banners actually helps us play the Tome a bit easier. I don't want to spend too much gold because it's points, but we do have a lot of gold anyways, so... Rector and Thug behind him. This would allow us to play the Tome, but I'm more worried about Vengeful Shards being in the deck. I will consume one of the Immortal Crates, because it shouldn't be a problem. We will stack enough lifesteal by the time Seraph comes around anyways. This is a bit annoying, because right now the only way to kill that guy is to play the Paraffin Thug here on the top. This guy has triple multi-strike. Might as well put the trample on him, to be honest. What can we consume? Making of a morsel is probably safe to consume. Then we can start drip falling this guy down. Use the draft as a tank here. Morsel Minor can go on the bottom. That's actually a bit annoying. A draft in front won't help. They will just die. Yep, we do have a ton of money. This floor is worrying me a little. Maybe I just need to protect the multi-strikers so we can take out this Gilded Wing next turn. I didn't think there were Wild Wings here in this battle, otherwise I would have done this a little differently, I think. We do have the power to kill the enemies here on this floor. I do want my One Horn's Tome now, as soon as possible. We are using this end anyway, so... Do I want to send anything here? No. No, we need the damage. This wave is scary. Very scary even. We need some more lifesteal as well. I am taking damage here. It doesn't make me happy. Finally we have the one home. Wicked place for draft. That is a bunch of damage at the very least. But we will take a lot of damage to these guys as well. And I lost my paraffin tag as well. I think we should get the Seraph kill, but we might not get enough points here. It's time to consume the Space Prism. Use Wicked Place to bring back the paraffin tag. Top floor is still fine. And final wave, and we do have enough power here. Too bad I can't find a way to play out this vengeful shard. Yeah, I think we took too much damage on this side. So we are 1000 points behind because we didn't should have set up on the top floor, to be honest. That would have done the job. Maybe not. Because we were relying on the sand, so top floor wouldn't have worked out as well. Anyway, still a fun run. So I'm okay with that. We did beat Seraph. We didn't win the Hell Rush, but it was still a nice run. Double strike. Yeah, I should have done that. That was stupid of me not to do.